28 families walked into Maplewood Animal Shelter and saw Kennel 7. 28 families looked at the 200-pound Great Dane sitting inside it. 28 families kept walking. Some picked up speed. One woman said out loud, "That is not a dog, that is a problem." The shelter worker Dana heard that one. She had heard versions of it 28 times. She stopped writing them down after family number 11. Then Claire walked in. She was number 29. Every night without fail, a 200-pound Great Dane named Atlas takes up exactly 11 inches less than the entire queen-sized bed. That 11 inches belongs to Claire. She bought the bed for herself 3 years ago. She has never once slept in the middle of it. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. Atlas arrived at Maplewood on a Wednesday in January. He was 3 years old, 200 pounds, harlequin black and white, the kind of dog that makes people stop walking, not because he is beautiful, which he is, but because he does not look entirely real. His previous owner was an older gentleman named Robert who loved him completely and developed a heart condition that made stairs impossible and surrendered Atlas on a Wednesday morning and cried in the parking lot for 20 minutes before driving away. Atlas did not understand what had happened. He sat in Kennel 7 and waited for Robert to come back. Robert did not come back. By day 90, something in his expression had changed. Not broken, not aggressive, just quieter. By day 150, he had stopped pressing against the kennel gate when people walked by. By day 200, he had stopped standing up entirely. He would lie in the corner with his head on his paws and watch the hallway with the patient, exhausted eyes of a creature that has learned not to expect very much. 28 families came through those doors. The reasons they gave Dana were all slightly different, but they were all the same reason. Too big, too much food, too much space, too intimidating. Family number 14 brought their kids. The kids loved him. The parents pulled them away. Family number 28 took a photo, posted it online, got 47 likes, and left without asking a single question. Then Claire walked in. She was 31 years old, recently out of a long relationship that had ended quietly, and somehow that made it worse. New apartment, new city, new job. A kitchen table that seated 4 and was used by 1. She had come because her coworker said, "Just go look. You do not have to decide anything." She was thinking something medium-sized, something that fit in an elevator without causing a scene. She walked past Kennel 7. Then she stopped. She took 3 steps back. Atlas was lying in the corner, head on his paws, not looking at the door. She stood there. He did not move. She did not move either. Then she sat down on the concrete floor in front of his kennel, crossed her legs, and waited. Dana was at the end of the hallway. She did not say anything. She had worked at this shelter for 4 years and had never once seen a visitor sit down on the floor. After 4 minutes, Atlas lifted his head. He looked at Claire. Claire looked back. She did not reach through the bars. She did not make a sound. She just stayed on the floor. Atlas stood up, slowly, all 200 pounds of him rising off the concrete like something waking up for the first time in a long time. He walked to the front of the kennel, sat down directly in front of her, and pressed his enormous forehead against the metal bars. Dana pulled out the adoption paperwork before Claire had even stood up. Claire signed the papers 22 minutes later. If you are still watching and haven't subscribed yet, that stings a little if I'm being honest. Hit that button. Atlas waited 341 days. You can spare 2 seconds. The first 72 hours were a complete disaster, and Claire would not change a single minute of them. Atlas walked through the apartment door and immediately destroyed a floor lamp with his tail. He did not notice. He sat on the couch and it sank 6 full inches. He attempted to fit underneath the kitchen table and became structurally stuck, standing there for 3 full minutes, apparently waiting for the situation to resolve itself. That first night, Claire set up an orthopedic dog bed in the corner of the bedroom. By 1 a.m., the bed was empty. Atlas had moved to the floor beside her, producing a sound somewhere between a lawnmower and a foghorn. By 3 a.m., he had migrated onto the bed itself, claimed all but 11 inches of it, and was sleeping with the deep, peaceful certainty of an animal who has finally arrived somewhere he belongs. Claire stared at the ceiling from her 11 inches. Atlas outweighed her by 75 pounds and was immovably, serenely asleep. The list of options was short. She slept on the 11 inches. She has been sleeping on the 11 inches for 3 years. The mornings became their own quiet comedy. Every day at 6:47 a.m., Atlas would stand up, walk to Claire's side of the bed, and sneeze directly onto her face, one enormous full-body sneeze. This was the alarm. There was no snooze function. If Claire ignored it, he would place his entire head on her chest and stare at her from 4 inches away until her eyes opened. He had a mirror problem. Every morning, Atlas would round the corner, see his own reflection, and freeze. He always looked away first. The other dog was simply not worth his time. Stories like this are exactly why these animals deserve to be seen. There is so much more still to come. Then came the Tuesday in November. Claire had been running a fever for 2 days and had not told anyone because she lived alone and there was no one to tell. On Tuesday evening, she came home early, made it as far as the hallway, and sat down on the floor because the room would not stop moving. Atlas was beside her before she finished sitting down. He did not bark, he did not pace. He lowered his entire body onto the floor next to her, pressed himself against her side, and went completely still. Claire leaned into him because there was nothing else to lean into. The warmth coming off him was immediate. She sat there on the hallway floor at 2:53 a.m., thinking about a dog who had spent 341 days on cold concrete, waiting for one person to sit down instead of walk away. He had found her the same way she had found him, by staying on the floor. They stayed there together until the room stopped spinning. She never told anyone about that night for weeks. When she finally did, nobody asked how she was feeling. They asked about Atlas. Today, Atlas is 4 years old. He still takes up 11 inches of the bed. He still sneezes on Claire's face at 6:47 every morning. He still freezes in front of the mirror every single time. The couch has permanently taken his shape, and Claire has stopped trying to fix it. She does not come home to silence. She comes home to 200 pounds of dog who has been watching the door since 8 minutes after she left. Some people look at a 200-pound dog and see too much. Claire sat down on the floor and saw exactly enough. 28 families walked away. Would you have been number 29? Tell me in the comments.